Okay, stand up for the champion. Without further ado, I cross over to our sports decks where Edwin Butterfly is well seated to bring you all of the latest in talking sports on the morning ride. Edwin, good morning.
Good morning, Wiki. Good morning, Emmanuel, and good morning to the peace loving people of the Republic of Liberia and those of us that are following sports. I'd like to say good morning to all of you. You make the rightful decision to follow sports because following sports is one of the best things that you can do in order to gain happiness.
I hope it brings only for Wiki Shooting Tuesday.
No, the Power of the People Club, they always breaching the FIFA financial fair play rules, and at the end, the child that cannot listen, their belly will feel the pain in a lot more way because they will not participate in the UEFA competition. So it's an achievement for them. But never mind, it's good to be here this morning. A lot of development in our centers that are currently ongoing. Looking at the volleyball team, the Liberia volleyball team is currently in Benin participating in the West Africa basketball volleyball championship, and they are doing extremely well in Benin. They recorded a win and they lost one of the two matches they played so far, so they are getting a good result in Benin. But we pray that they can return to Montserrat as champions of the West Africa Volleyball Championship. And also the Liberian national women team head coach, Ethiopian international, is currently in Nimba County observing a 2-day football jamboree in order to spark players that will represent Liberia in the under 16, under 15, and under 18 women's national team. And next month, Liberia senior women national team will take on Cape Verde in the CAF African Cup of Nations qualifier women's edition. And a win for Liberia, they will set the next preliminary rounds against the Super Falconers of Nigeria in the next round. Can Liberia surpass Cape Verde? They will meet Nigeria in the next round. And currently, the Pinzio Cup reaches the semi-finals of the competition on March Day 1 and March Day 2. On March Day 1, Heaven 11 recorded a dramatic and entertaining 2-0 victory over Fredo FC. Fredo is from Sierra Leone. They are the international guests participating in this year edition of the Pinzio Cup 2023. They play at the Samuel Kando practice pitch here in Pinzio City. And also host Pinzio FC tasted their first defeat 3-1 to newly promoted second division side Discovery Sports Association from Gandersville. Discovery defeated Pinzio FC 3-1 in the first match of the day. And then match day 2, also NPA Angers, another newly promoted first division club, defeated third division side Broadview United 2-1 at the SKD participation in an entertaining soccer showdown. And in the final match of the day, on match day 2, FC Gao, a promising third division club that plays in the Montserrat County third division league, was at the peak when they came from 3 goals down to level the score with Global Farmer in a dramatic 3-3 just within 90 minutes by Oliver Sike, known as ball passer, right-footed scrap from the outside the 18-yard, separated the two sides, giving Global Farmer a dramatic and entertaining 4-3 win over FC Gao. And the semi-final matches will kick off on today in the winners category. Having 11 will take on Discovery Sports Association at 16 GMT and 4 p.m. local time. And in the loser category will be Pinzio FC will take on Fredo FC, and on tomorrow will be FC Gao in the loser category will take on Broadview United. And in the second semi-finals in the winner category, it will be NPA Anger versus Global Farmer, and the grand final will be played on Sunday at the Samuel Kando practice pitch. And on Saturday, Shatter Angels will welcome Just FC. According to information, Shatter Angels, the club team name has been changed from SA Shatter Angels to Shatter Angels Football Club, and also the Liberia Football Association have released the feature for the 2023-2024 LFA League season, and in the women's upper league and that of the women's lower league, and including the second division men's and the first division league. And determined girls will begin their CAF Champions League qualification rounds on Monday against AS Mendy at the Sam Wakando Sports Stadium here in Pinzio. Determined girls are currently the champions of the Republic of Liberia, and they will be representing more than 4.5 Liberians in the CAF Champions League on the take on AS Mendy of Malay in another match on Monday. And Watanga will become their CAF Champions League CAF Confederation Cup preliminary qualifying rounds against State de Malay against the side from Malay on the 20th of August at the Samuel Kando Sports Stadium. And now let's take a look at the Women's World Cup. Currently 16 countries have made it through to the last 16, with 3 African countries making it through to the last 16 for the very first time at the Women's World Cup. Morocco defeated Colombia a goal to nil on yesterday to join South Africa and Nigeria into the last 16. But their joining to the last 16 will be a test that they need to stand tall for it, because they will meet tough European side right in the competition. And let's break you the last 16 draw, and who are those that our African brothers and sisters will be up against. For Nigeria will welcome England in their last 16 match. Nigeria will take on England, and South Africa will go against tournament favorite the Netherlands in the last 16. And Morocco will take on France in the women's last 16. But other features include Switzerland will go against Spain, and Japan will welcome Norway. Sweden will take on the USA, and Australia will welcome Denmark, and Colombia will take on Jamaica. In Group A, Switzerland emerged as group winner, followed by Norway, runner-up. In Group B, Australia finished as group winners, and the Super Falcons of Nigeria finished as group runners-ups. And in Group C, Japan emerged as the group winners, followed by Spain as group runner-up. England finished as Group D winners, and Denmark followed by England. And also Group E, the Netherlands finished as group winners, and the world defending champions, the United States of America, the USA, finished as runner-up in Group E. And in Group F, France finished as group winner. Jamaica, who is making their World Cup debut, finished as group runner-up, in Brazil, and they are hoped for another trophy in the World Cup. In Group G, Sweden finished as a group winner. South Africa followed as group runner-up. In Group H, Colombia finished as group winner, and Morocco followed as the group runner-up. And one of the tournament favorites, Germany, finished third and failed to make it through to the last 16. And Ousmane Dembele has signed a 5-year contract with Paris Saint-Germain and leaving FC Barcelona for 50 million euros. And Frank Kessie will also join Ali as verbal agreement have been reached with Barca. The Ivorian international Frank Kessie will end his 1-year stay at FC Barcelona and join Ali in the Saudi Arabia League. And also Bernardo Silva from Manchester City is on the radar of joining FC Barcelona, followed by João Cancelo. So far, Emmanuel, that's the latest from my end.
Well, before you go in the local league, there are a couple of transfers, there are a couple of rumors. More recently, Imagine Discovery defeated big money spender, or in another way we can say the club that is currently into the local market and purchasing all of the big players, they were dragged by Discovery FC. What have you been sensing since their defeat?
And yes, Emmanuel, you got it right. Discovery was defeated by, defeated Pinzio, that's Pinzio, and Discovery just from the third division league, coming into the second league, we're not playing a single match, and then going to beat another team that got promoted to the first division league. Tell us that youth football at the higher peak, because the kids at Discovery have been together for couples of years, and they've been playing the Johnsonville subcommittee and coming up to the second division league. It tells us that there are a lot of young players that can help the Lone Star of Liberia in the future. Like following their win over Pinzio, two of their players were invited to the local national team of Liberia. You got the likes of Sam Moses, another midfielder who were wearing jersey 6. You got Jonathan Freeman, who wears jersey Jojo, and they pull out an exceptional performance that we can just hope, because they got the win, they play for it, they go to it, and they got the result.
So it means that if Liberia as a country will go down and start to bring up the national team player from playing from under 15, under 17, and grow up to senior national team, it means we'll have a better team, because what Discovery have demonstrated is a clear manifestation that you must go down and get the guys coming up together, and you get the best. Like you saw Ghana team that went for the under 20 World Cup, they won it, and today some of the guys are big guys. They exactly. And the rest of the team.
They are you, Jordan Aye, and then they are putting up the result. The Kool, the outstanding Ghanaian international.
John Pensy, I can remember.
Pensy, yeah.
You guys, they did well.
Marco Lizan, from Manchester Mayfield. But Emmanuel, it's good that we start from the youthful stage. If we start from the youthful stage, I strongly believe that one day, not just one day, but 2026, I foresee the Lone Star of Liberia, either the USA or Mexico or Canada. But I'm convinced, I'm sure, I got confidence that we can one day take part in the FIFA World Cup, and that year will be 2026.
Evan, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
And of course, you will listen to Sports. Next is we will take a very short break when we come back shortly.
No more power line.